Good morning, everyone. So last class we have seen features of Python we have completed. Yeah. Online guys, am I audible? How many are there? Only four. Right. Am I audible to everyone?
Sir.
Okay. Right. Right. So last class we have completed features. Okay. I hope you understood the concept of features. What are the features we have? Okay. And today we are going to start the data representation in Python. So I'll start data representation. How we represent the data in Python. Okay. Basically, couple of things we need and it is important in Python. Okay. While representing any type of data, right? So I would say the data representation in Python is nothing but is nothing but storing the data in the main memory. Okay, storing the data in main memory. What does it mean? Whenever we use any type of data, okay, whenever we use or whenever we want to take any type of data, those data are being stored in the form of objects. But what the object takes the memory, right? Uh, for example, if you are taking, I would say, if you are taking a money from somewhere, okay. So where do you keep this money, or would you keep the money? In the purse, right? So purse is what kind of a storage for you, okay? Kind of a storage for you, and whenever you want, you can use that money, right? So representation of data comes under that itself. That means we are trying to store the data in the main memory. Here, purse is the main memory, you can say. Understood? But inside purse also, small pockets are there, small gaps are there, right? So those are, we can call it as different objects or variables. Understood? So I will explain you what this is. First of all, let me explain you what representation means. Representation, how we represent this data, in what are the format we represent the data, right? Is it clear for online, everyone? To store the data, to store the data, we need we need some things. Okay, what are the things we have? First, we need literals, or we can say values. Okay, literals or values. Second, we consider variables or identifiers. Okay, variables or identifier. And the third and the most important, we need data types. Understood? We need what? Data types. Now, first of all, what is literal, what is value, what is variable, what is identifier? That is, we will see. Okay, what is data type here? In simple way, literal and variable we will see. Okay, first initially we will see literal and variable, but I just wanted to explain you what is data type here. Data type means whenever we are taking any type of data. Type of data means what? The category, right? Every data has been classified in some categories. For numbers, we have integers. For decimal values, that means point values, we have floating point value, that means float, right? And for names or any characters, we call it as string values. Okay, when I talk about some mathematical things, so if I say any value which is having both real and imaginary part. What we call it as real and imaginary part, complex, right? We call it as complex when we take multiple values at a time in a same, in a particular object. When we take multiple values, what we call collection data. Okay, collection data has so many data types, we will see later on. So what is data type? It is nothing but how we categorize the data or how we classified the data. Understood? Okay, right. So first we will start with literals. What is literal? Oh, so I'll go for first example here. I hope how to use you know how to use Python, this particular command. Okay, all right. So let me go for, okay. Let's go for now. I'll say a is equals to 10. A is equals to 10. Here what a does, is it visible for everyone? Uh, what a does here, a is storing the value of 10, right? What type of value it is? Integer value, right? So I can say that I'm asking, can I say a is a type of integer now? A is an object of type integer. Yes or no? How we can say this? You, if you print something like type of a, print of type of a, what is print function? I will tell you later on. Okay, print function is nothing but to display anything, okay, to get the result or to display any messages. Okay, and yeah, if I write type of a, type of a is nothing but it shows the type, data type. What is the data type particular object consists of? Okay, so a is what type of data it is? Integer. But in Python, every data type is considered as one class. Understood? Already we have seen. In every data type, whatever data, in fact, not only data type, other things like function is also a class. Function has its own class, right? Different concept has its own classes. Understood? So likewise, we also have data types which are also considered as one of the class. Okay, check it, class of integer it is saying. Why it is saying class of integer? Because this a is an object. This a is an object, and when we create an object, every object consists of one class. Understood? Without class we cannot create object. Without object we cannot allocate the memory for that class. That's why we are creating object here, and this object belongs to what class? Integer class. When it comes to object oriented programming language, you will understand this term properly. There you will understand this term properly, because see, Python is one of the language which has both procedural and object oriented approach. Now what is procedural? That is function. When I talk about object oriented, there we see classes and objects. Okay, so when we start classes and object, that means object oriented programming, you will understand it properly. There you will understand it more in good way. Understood? Okay, so this is what, if I say a is equals to 10, 10 is an one of the value, and it is of type what? Integer. But 10a is what here? An object. Understood? And in Python everything is an object. In Python everything is an object. Why I'm saying, even if I'm creating any function, okay, even if I creating any function, that function name, it is going to act as what? One of the object. If I create any function, right? You know how to create function? Everyone knows function. Okay, so the function is nothing but it is a subprogram of the main program, and used for code reusability. That is a different thing. But when I create function as well, it is an object. The name of the function will act as what? An object. And behind that object, there is a class called function itself. So in Python, everything is an object. Understood? Okay, everyone. Now, what is literal here? What is literal? Literal is nothing but the value itself. Okay, that's why we are calling literal or value. But in standard term, we call it as what? Literal. Understood? Now, try to understand. A is an object. A is an object, and this is preceded with what? Equals to. After equals to, at the right hand side, whatever we write, that is known as value, and value will be having its own literal type. Okay, I would say I can also call it as A is storing an integer literal. I can say what? Integer literal. I can say 10 is an integer literal here. Understood? 10 is an integer literal. Am I clear with this? Okay, so I would go for this. The literals are the values, are the values, okay, entered by the programmer, okay, by the programmer, or we can all, or the end user, okay, or we can also call it as application user to real time applications. Am I clear with this? Okay, now what is programmer means those who write the program, and user means those who are going to use it, and same the application user is. Understood? So application user and user can also give their input. That's why whenever we create an application, whenever we deploy our application in the real time or in real world, okay, people can use our application and they can also give the inputs, right? At that particular point of time, when when the user gives the input, okay, it is going to store in the form of variables. Understood? And the value what they are giving has the literals, different types of literals. Understood? So if you check here, I will make a mistake now. Okay, I will make a mistake. Check it how I'm going to take. So I'm taking int of, do not ask me what this is, because here we are not going to see it. We will go bit by bit. Okay, this is, just give me a moment. Enter the value. This is nothing but taking an input. Okay, just you remember this. With the help of input function, we are taking what type of input? Integer input. Okay, it is going to ask something like this. Now instead of input, I'll be saying, let's say something like Raja I'm giving. Okay, is it an integer value? No. What it is going to give? Okay, now but
String.
you check here what it is saying. Invalid literal. Literal is what? A type of value. Understood? What should be the literal here? What should be the literal here? Integer literal should be here. But what I have entered here? String literal. Invalid literal for integer with base 10. Are you able to understand it? Quite easy it is. Okay. Right. So that's why this kind of thing we use in our application, so that the user can also enter the data. This is known as dynamically we take the input from the keyboard, and when we apply this same thing in our application, user can easily enter the data inside our application. Am I clear with this? Okay, right. For example, you can say integer integer literal. Okay, what could be the example for this? Let's say student number. Student number could be integer. Roll number could be integer. Roll number could be integer. And employee number could be integer, or let's say employee number could be anything. So I would say age is an integer. Yes. Uh-huh. Phone number, yes. Phone number is an integer, and so on we have. Okay, you can take any values. Second is what? Float literal. Float literal. What could be the float literal? Height, weight, height, okay, weight, and many more. Like, and anything?
Percentage.
Percentage. Yes. Uh-huh. Tell me. BMI. BMI. Okay. And anything else? Like this, we can consider more. Okay, we can consider more. Next is string literal. What could be the string literal? Okay, like name, gender, okay, occupation. Likewise, we can take so many things. Okay, and we have fourth, we consider like boolean literal. Boolean literal. And in this, we consider only two, true or false. Am I clear? Okay. Likewise, we can have n number of literals. Is it clear up to now? Do you have any question online? Do you have any question? Now let me give you an example. What is variable here? Okay. Let it open first. Yes, one more thing, that today is the last class. Okay, without enrollment. Okay, Monday onwards, they are not going to allow you to attend, those who haven't enrolled yet. Okay, so they are not going to allow you to sit in the class or attend the class anymore. So please do enroll yourself as soon as possible. Right, let's go for it. Hmm. Now if I say something like a is an what here? Variable. Okay, a is what? It is an variable. Yes, yes, Prashant, you will get the recordings. Okay, you will be having the number. I hope you have the number of admin team, right? Do you have, Prashant? Do you have? Okay. Yes, you just go and contact to him. Okay, he will provide you each and everything. Fine. Right. Now check it. A is equals to 20. A is equals to 20. Here A is what? A is a variable, right? A is a variable. And why we call it as variable? What is the meaning of variable here? That is fine. To hold the value, we use variable. That is a theory. Okay, but what is the meaning of variable? Why do we use variable, and why we use this particular word? Instead of this, I can use object as well, right? I can use object as well. Why we are not saying A is an object? We are saying basically it is an object itself, but it is a implicit. Okay, main meaning of A is what? A variable. We call in Python, we call it as object. Okay, but basically it is what? Variable. Whenever I ask name is equals to something like Karan, what is name? And variable. Name is variable. Even see, because we are working with class and object, we sometimes we call it as object. But as a beginner, every time we are calling it as what? Variable, right? Why we use this particular term? Okay, so let me explain you now. Whenever we are saying a is equals to, let's say age, I'm taking, let's keep age is equals to 20. There is a person whose age is what? 20. Is it going to be the same every year? Is it going to be the same? No. That means once they complete 21st year, then age will become 21. So the age will keep on increasing. The age is keep on increasing. That means it is not constant. Are you getting it? You just go blue t-shirt guy. What's your good name? Bhanu. Bhargav. Okay. Just go and wash your face quickly. No issues. It happens. No problem. Quickly go and quickly come. Now, understand. Okay. Okay. Let him come first. Whenever anyone feels like this, okay, just take a permission and go outside, wash your face and come back. No issues. Okay. It happens. Everyone are human here. Okay. How much time he is going to take? Yeah, so this is the last day, okay? So Monday onwards, we are going to start the fresh batch, you can say. Okay, so please do enroll it, and yeah, from if you want, from Monday onwards itself, you can sit in the lab and you can practice over there. Okay, got it? Bring your own laptop. Online, you can at some point of time we will provide you the link so that you can join and you can ask the questions to the mentor. Okay. But for offline, you can come down to the lab and sit there up to whatever time you want to sit. Okay, sit there, just utilize the time and do practice. There is a mentor. Okay, you can ask if you get any kind of doubt or question, you can ask there. And okay, this is your first day, right? First day. Okay, so have you attended online classes? Come quickly. Online you haven't attended or no? Attended. Right. So age, the age keeps on increasing, right? Keeps on increasing. That means I cannot say the value is constant here. Constant in the sense I should not use constant. That means the value could be anything here, right? In this particular case, age is 20. Next time I am taking age is 21. That means based on the situation, it varies. It varies. Okay. That means it can be changeable. The value can be changeable. That's why if it is varying, that's why it is known as what? Variable. Variable can't be one thing or cannot be the same, right? Every time it can be changeable, it can be updatable, or we can say it can update itself or it can degrade itself, increment, decrement, whatever it is. Okay, so the why we are calling it as variable, variable is nothing but, now just now I have given one example. If it is age 20, next year age will become 21. That means this age is not fixed. Okay, based on the situation or the time, the value may vary. Understood? Okay, that's why we are calling it as variable. And what is identifier? What is identifier here? What is identifier? Identifier is nothing but which identifies. Okay, which identify. What is identify? That means, let's say your name is something like, let's say your name is Pramod. Okay, your name is Pramod. Okay, so you are a person, and being every time being called by what? Pramod. That means you have the identity here. You have the identity. Your name is identity. Your name is not a person. Are you try to understand this? Your name is, it is not a person. Basically your name is just an identity. Whenever someone calls you with your name, okay, your name is not going to come. Who is going to come? Yourself. Are you getting it? So in this case, identifier is just a name, or we can say it is an identity for that particular variable. Am I clear? That's why we are calling it as variable or identifier. Variable means which stores the data, okay, which stores the data and cannot be fixed. And identifier means what? Which identifies particular data, or which identifies the particular variable, we can say. Understood? Everyone? Is it clear for? Yes, online guys? Is it clear for
Sir.
you? Okay. Now, once programmer creates the variable, okay, it is programmer's responsibility to provide values as well. Okay, to provide what? Data from the keyboard or directly also. Okay, so once you write it, once the variable, or I would say once the application user enters the data, whenever the application user enter the data, any kind of data. Okay, well, in fact when we are also entering, a programmer is also entering the data, there should be some space where the data is going to store. Okay, at that particular time where we are using it, let's say for example, if I use 200, here 200 is a data, 200 is a data, but where do I use this now? I don't have particular storage to use it, right? Because I have randomly I have used this somewhere, and now next time can I use it? That means again I need to write 200. Are you getting it? So to use it multiple time, what we use? Variable. Now I can, with the help of variable, I can use it n number of time. So this is what the storage for this 200. Understood? So that's why it is saying that once the application user enters the data, okay, enters the data from the keyboard to program, okay, it is programmer's responsibility to store the data to store the data in the form of literals literals or values. Okay, literals or values in what? Inside variables or variables. Let's keep it as variables. Identifier, we should not call it as identifier. Identifier is just a name which identifies it. Okay, So every time we are going to call it as what? Variables. Okay. Yes, they may ask you what is identifier. That's why I have explained you what is identifier. Okay, but as a programmer, the standard name of object is what? Variable. Okay, or standard name of anything which is getting stored somewhere or which is storing something, we call it as what? Variable. Okay, all right. Now, hence, all the literals, or I would say data, okay, literals or data must be stored in the form of variables, or I would say in the main memory. Okay, in the main memory, in the form of the identifiers, or we can say values within an variable. Okay, within an variable. Otherwise we can't proceed, or we can't process the data. Am I clear with this? Okay, so if I say something like a is equals to 20, b is equals to 30, and c is equals to a plus b, here a is one of the variable. Okay, I would say it as a is an variable storing value 20. Okay, same thing you can follow for this also. B is an variable, and b is an variable storing what? 30. And c is an variable. Okay, c is an variable storing addition of addition of a and b. That means what? 20 and 30. Okay, so if I print this, what it is going to give us? The output we are going to get is what? Sorry, 50. Okay, the output we are going to get is 50. Am I clear with this? But see, whenever we are creating a variable, whenever we are trying to write a variable, we need to understand and we need to remember one thing, that variable cannot be written, or cannot be you we cannot write in any way. Okay, that means there are some rules while writing the variable, and we have to follow those rules. What are the rules? First, I will start with something. Okay, first rule, I will explain you. First, you check it. I would say, let's say ABC 123 is equals to 200. Is it okay to use it like this? ABC 123, is it okay? As wait, what is variable here? ABC 123. What is the value? So whatever we
200.
write in left hand side, we call it as variable. Whatever we write at right hand side, we call it as values. Okay, or
Values
we can
are
also call it
letters.
as literals, right? So ABC 123 is one of the variable. Can we write ABC 123 like this? And can I store the 200 here? Yes, no, yes or no? So you are saying yes. This is the meaning of no, right? And you want to say no, no, sir. So you are totally opposite, huh? Okay, so ABC 123 is equals to 200. We can store it. Okay, we can store it. Now you check 123 ABC is equals to 500. Now tell me why.
No, sir.
Okay, we will get syntax error here. Who makes syntax error? Who makes syntax error?
Wallet.
But who try to make it? Programmer. Okay, we are making syntax error, right? That is different thing. That syntax error given by compiler. Okay, right.
Um,
If I say something like now a123 a123, okay, and something like dollar is equals to 200. No,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
we can store. We cannot use any special characters, so we will get the same syntax error. Now let's say something like okay, I'm storing a is equals to 200. That is fine. Something like name uh, 12 underscore is equals to 200. Store. Okay, underscore is possible here. Okay, now I'll say a hash 234 again percentage is equals to 200. No, we'll get again what? Syntax error. Wrong. We'll get the value here. Check it. Why? In Python, hash is used for commenting. Okay, so after whatever we are writing after the hash is being used as what? Comment. Okay, and a is what? The variable we have already taken here. Check it. That's why we are getting what? 200 value. So after a, everything is being considered as, sorry, after hash, it is being considered as commenting. Okay, and a is what? A variable which is storing 200. That's why we are getting here. Am I clear with this? Okay, so let me write the first thing. Rules for declaring variables. First rule, variable name in Python can contain a combination of characters, okay, digits, and the special character, or I would say do not use it special character, and underscore. Okay, so I would say underscore. Actually it is a special character, but only one special character we can use here, that is underscore. Understood? Okay, second rule number 2, the name must start with either alphabets or underscore. Am I clear? Okay, rule number 2 it is. 3, the special characters, okay, or I would say special symbols, I would special symbols other than underscore cannot be used as the variable name. Okay, cannot be used as variable name. Next is keywords of the Python cannot be used as a variable name, as keywords are having the special meaning. Okay, special meaning. They have what? They are having special meaning. Special meaning means they have a specific task. Okay, they have a specific meaning. So we cannot use the keywords anywhere as a variable, right? You want to see, you can check it here. In Python, we have so many keywords we have. Okay, so many keywords we have. I don't know we will get keywords if I write. No, no, no. Okay, in command prompt I can say. Okay, let's leave it now. So if I say if is one of the keyword we have. Okay, now check it. If I say if is equals to 200, check it what we are getting. Syntax error. Again, if I go for else is equals to 300, check it. Okay, while is equals to 300. Okay, def is equals to 300, check it. Every time we will get what? Syntax error here. Understood? And we have almost 32 plus keywords we have. Okay, you once go and check in Python documentation, we have so many keywords. Okay, Python has its own documentation. If you want, you can check it here somewhere. Let me show you. Okay, so you can check it here. So many things they have. Okay, so many things like what is new in Python 3.12. Okay, and if you want, you can search here. You can go for some search here. Okay, keywords. If you search keywords, maybe it is going to give you some keywords value. Okay, the different keywords. Okay, like this you can search and you can get the value, like how many. And directly also you can search here Python keywords list. Okay, if you search it something like this, you will get everything. Check it, 39 keywords. Like this we will get so many different things. So based on this, you should not use the keyword as your variable name. Am I clear with this? Okay, so many keywords we have. So many keywords we have. You have to take care of these keywords, and you should not give it as a variable name. Am I clear with this? Okay, one more. Python is a case sensitive language. Case sensitive language. That means the data what you are passing, okay, the variable what you are giving. For example, if you are giving one you are giving as name as Pawan, okay, one name you are giving as NAME, okay, and you are giving something like Raj, and one name you are giving as NAME, Tarun. Okay. Now, in all the three cases, name are being used in different ways, right? NAME are what here? Small. Here N is capital, rest is small. Here all are capital. That means what? Even though the name meaning is the same, but the characters we are using by for defining the variable name is what? Different. And these are case sensitive. If you print NAME smaller, it is printing what? Stored value, right? If you use something like NAME, it will give Tarun. Are you getting it? So every time you need to understand, while giving a variable name, you should not use any kind of dissimilarities between the variable names. Okay, you have to take care about the variable names characters. Understood? Okay, so if you are giving a small character variable name, every time you have to use what? Small character. Why I'm saying, let's say somewhere you try to use NAM, but one E is what? Capital here. You will think like we will get this particular thing, but we will get the name error. Okay, we are getting what? Name error. Name is not defined. Did you mean name? So name is there, right? So it is asking, did you mean name? Suggesting it is. Okay? Understood? Yes or no? So Python is a case sensitive language, meaning the different variable name are treated 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 as distinct. Okay, distinct, differently. Okay, differently. One more thing, that is a recommendation. I will recommend this, that do not use, or I would say it is recommendation, recommended to not to use longer name as a variable, as it takes more time to write the variable or variable name. Okay, if I say something like this, that means if I want to write a salary of the person, right? Salary of the employee. If I write salary, okay, of, again I would go for of the employee, that means writing this again and again will be a time taking process, right? Let's say something like this. So again, if you want to write it again, you have to follow this. Okay, just ignore the spelling mistake. So again you have to write this thing this much longer, right? Instead of this, what you will do, emp cell is equals to same thing. Same thing you are saying, employee of the salary. As a programmer, this is not belongs to the user, right? It does not belongs to the user. It belongs to whom? To the programmer. Okay, variables belongs to the programmer. Variables are being declared by the programmer, not by the users. Am I clear with this? Okay, right. So here we have completed the rules of the rules for declaring the variables. Next I will see, that is data types. Okay, now, so data types, the third one, data types in Python. The data type has been classified into some categories. Okay, so first I will explain you what are the categories. First, we call it as fundamental categories. Fundamental category data type. Fundamental category data type. Okay, second we call it as sequential category data type. Sequential category data type. Okay, next the third thing we have, that is list category data type. Okay, the fourth we call it as set category data type. And the fifth we call it as dict dictionary category. Okay, dict category data type. And the sixth, last, we call it as none type category data type. Okay, none type category data type. This six categories has been classified so that it has its own data type. Okay, multiple data types we have. So I'll explain you first, that is fundamental data types. In fundamental data types, we have four things. First is integer data type. Okay, second is what? float data type, float data type. Third, we have Boolean data type. And the fourth, we have complex data type. Complex data type. Okay. So this has four data types. This fundamental category data types, or the category, we have four data types. Okay. Now let's talk about the sequential. In sequential, first we have string data, str data type. Okay, str data type. Next we have bytes, bytes data type. Third, we call it as byte array, byte array data type. Okay, by seeing this, you may feel like quite different it is and difficult it is, right? No, it is totally easy. Okay, you can understand it properly. All easy it is. Okay, byte array data type, and then next last one is range data type. Okay, range data type we have. So how many data type total? Four, four. 14 data types. Okay, 14 data types. Now check it. In list, we consider first as list itself, list category. Okay, and the second we call it as tuple category. Tuple, sorry, not category. It should be data data type. Okay, and the second is what, tuple data type. Next, in set we have set data type itself, and the second we call it as frozen set data. Okay, and in dictionary data type itself, it is having dict data, dict data type. Okay, and in none type also we have only one called none type itself, none type. Am I clear with this? So count it. How many? 4, 4, 8, 2, 10, 12, and 1 and the 14. Understood? So I would say here that Python's data type, Python's data type has been classified into six categories. Okay, six categories, and with 14 data types. Okay, 14 data types. These are the data types what we have. So from Monday onwards, we are going to start the data types. Okay, data types will take some time because it is itself, it is a vast topic. Okay, so many things we are going to see inside this list and set, dictionary, and sequential. Okay, we will complete fundamental as quickly as we can, then we will move to sequential data. Okay, shall we stop it for today? Shall we stop? Okay, yes, so this is the last thing. Any question? This is the last thing that we are going to start from Monday onwards. Okay, we are going to start the subject. Actually, what we have seen till now, those are the basic things. Okay, and anyone can see it, anyone can understand it easily. Yes, but from Monday onwards, we are going to start the actual subject. Am I clear with this? Yes, online guys, do you have any question?
Hi, this is Prashant. So today I joined, and so whatever um, I mean, maybe we need some dev studio for Python. and all, right? That installation and all those classes are done, or we are going to
All the
do?
classes are there. Let me show you how you can do, okay? So that you can do it today itself. See, you have to go for python.org. Okay, this is the particular website you have, python.org, right? Let me check. Python.org. So if you go for this, you will be finding welcome to Python particular link is there. You click it here and you will be finding download section. Okay. In download section, you will be seeing Python 3.12.6. You need to download. For now, you just download this. Okay, Prashant. You download this and just go
Yes.
to search bar and search for Python. When you search for Python, you will be finding something like this or this ideally. Okay, better to start with this, and if you open this, you will be finding this particular black screen. Okay, here you can start the thing what we have seen till now. Basically, you do not need right now. Okay, we haven't seen a single example yet. Okay, yeah,
Oh, with
Prashant, am I clear?
ID, real-time class is not done yet, is what you are saying.
No, 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 no. We haven't started writing any code here. Okay,
Okay,
just we
okay.
have seen the concepts, but you need to download it. Okay, you just download it, everyone. You download this Python software. Okay, and once you just keep ready with your Python software, we will start the writing codes as
And one more question, should we,
well.
the, sorry, I mean, I don't have the recordings also. I don't know how far we are into the course.
Yeah,
So
okay.
how much is been done? Sorry if you have shared it already, because I
You
don't
can
have the
say
content.
we have just completed 2%.
Okay.
Just 2% we have completed. So no need to worry about it. Okay. Whatever we have seen, those are the basic, and you can complete it. You have Saturday and Sunday 2 days, right? You can
Yeah.
complete by seeing the recordings. You can complete it.
If you don't mind, can someone share the recordings? Okay, you asked me to
Yeah,
contact
definitely.
them.
Yeah, that's what I told you now. You have the
Okay.
number of admin person, right? You once
Yeah.
contact to him, immediately he will share the recordings to you.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. So, do you have any other question? Online, offline, anyone? No. Okay.
So
Shall we
one
stop it
other
here?
question. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can stop the
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
recording. I have a general regular question, right? So
Okay.
com- there are like many requirements, right, in terms of job opportunities wherein Python full stack. This is a full stack course, right? So
Yes.
the front
Yes.
end development using React or whatever it is versus
Mm-hmm.
back-end development. So from the requirement standpoint, nowadays we are having position, especially I'm asking about US. What is your opinion? Like, do we have positions for Python full
In
stack development?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, we are getting openings for Python itself, because nowadays Java is being used. I wouldn't suggest you to think like just Java is not being used in real time now. Java is being used, but mostly nowadays the companies are using Python because of its vast modules. Okay, and the scope it has, the field it has, that is a quite different thing when it compares to other languages.
Okay.
Yeah.
And from this standpoint, I mean, we will be learning Node.js or React and backend
React we are
development, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you.